He grew up without his parents, raised by relatives in a dusty Zongo. And before he turned 21, he had already made the whole world stop and listen. But here is what nobody tells you about Black Sherif. The pain you hear in his voice is not an act. It is not studio engineering. It is not a character. Every single word he has ever rapped, he lived first. He was born Mohammed Ismail Sherif Kwaku Frimpong in Konongo Zongo in the Ashanti region of Ghana. A small tight community where the streets race you faster than school ever could. His parents spent much of the time working outside the country, searching for better opportunities. Because of this, a large part of his childhood was spent living with relatives. No mother at bedtime, no father at the door. Just a little boy trying to figure out a world that hadn't made space for him yet. That loneliness became his companion, that silence became his teacher, and slowly, without anyone realizing it, that pain became something else entirely. He is a Muslim. And in Islam, music is considered sin. The music was chasing him, but he was always dodging it. Think about that. The very gift that would save him was the one thing his faith told him to run from. But the streets of Konongo Zongo had their own sermon to preach. Like an ordained preacher for the streets baptized by the fires of life, he began laying down the hustle and the truth of what goes down in the ghettos of his hometown. True life stories back to back, all from his teens. In 2021, he released First Sermon, then Second Sermon. Two raw, unfiltered cries from a young man who had nothing to lose and everything to say. The songs resonated deeply with Ghanaian youth, capturing the struggles and aspirations of a whole generation. And they caught the attention of Nigerian superstar Burna Boy, who jumped on the Second Sermon remix and amplified Black Sherif's reach across the entire continent. But nothing could prepare the world for what came next. In March 2022, he released Kwaku the Traveler. The song topped both Ghanaian and Nigerian Apple Music charts. It crossed borders, it crossed languages, it crossed generations. Within days, it had amassed over 750,000 streams. A boy from Konongo Zongo was now being played in London, in New York. And yet fame didn't harden him. On live television, a market woman stepped forward and performed his songs with deep passion. She said, "All his songs relate to my life story. That is why I love him. His songs are a true reflection of my life." Black Sherif struggled to hold back tears as he listened. That moment said everything. He wasn't making music for charts. He was making music for the people the world forgets. At just 23 years old, he became one of the West Africa's brightest stars, bearing the weight of his generation's struggles through raw and unflinching storytelling. The boy raised by relatives in a Zongo, the Muslim kid dodging his own gift, the lonely teenager who turned silence into sound. He didn't just make music, he made a mirror, and millions of people looked into it and finally felt seen. Black Sherif said it himself. The journey just began. And if this is only the beginning, the world is not ready for what comes next. What is your favorite song from him?